So here's the reality. A lot of people think that cold email doesn't work anymore. And majority of these people actually using strategies that used to work 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago.
Did you get my email? Sophie.
And I've been in this field for 10 years. And I'm the witness of how this was changing during all these years. 10 years ago, you could send 10,000 cold emails using MailChimp, using Mailgun, SendGrid, whatever. You just create a generic template. If you have a great offer, you just spread it out and then you get leads. Amazing times, guys. But this doesn't work like that anymore. And unfortunately, once you start sending and keep sending generic content, it just stops working in few days. That's why we all hear that personalization, relevance, good offer is important. And well-researched lists are also important. My opinion, and that's what I'm witnessing right now, because on monthly basis, we send up to 200,000 cold emails for our clients. We see that it's still possible to have 4, 5%, 6%, even more reply rates and get consistent results from cold outreach. But it's just more complicated, and you need to use right strategies and right tools to make sure your emails are relevant, on point, and personalized, and actually catch attention of your prospects. So in this video, I want to show what tactics I use in my outreach to make sure that my emails are relevant, personalized, and of course, well-researched. No need to do it yourself. AI can do it. We have all the tools that we need. We have Clay, we have Apollo, Visa, Sales Navigator, Ocean.io. We have a lot of solutions for cold email deliverability. And yeah, thanks God, cold email marketing space is also developing, and you just need to keep up. All right, no more talking. Let me practically show you my approach to researching my prospects and personalizing the content of my emails. Let's dive in. I already run this personalization and I already have results. I can already show you how it looks like, and then we will talk about how to actually achieve, how to get to the point where you get this kind of email. So let's take a look. Here's an email that I've got to give you a context. So it's basically a role play. I'm reaching out to myself, offering myself video production services. So the email sounds like this. Following I saw chapters case studies with media obstacle makers supporting 50 plus clients on cold email and LinkedIn. It's solid. And notice you've recently moved into YouTube content with a new channel. Great timing. I work with B2B companies to create video content that drives both thought leadership and sales, blah, blah, blah. Open to a quick chat, blah, blah, blah. So it's pretty decent email. I wouldn't say it's like a perfect email, but this email, if targeted well, definitely would work from my experience. And how I actually achieved this. So for this purpose, I just need 2 prompts in Clay. So you just need to create a workbook in Clay and run 2 prompts. The first prompt will be your research. The second prompt will be personalization. Let me run and show you my approach from the very beginning. So what I typically do, I open ChatGPT and I just dictate to ChatGPT what I want to achieve. So this looks like that. Hey ChatGPT, I need you to build a prompt again to research a company based on inputs like the company website, the decision maker, LinkedIn account, LinkedIn URL. This will be 2 inputs. And I need you to research very deeply what kind of services this company offers, who are their clients, did they mention about some video content, or do they produce video content maybe on YouTube or LinkedIn? Are they active on LinkedIn? So do the detailed research. That's the prompt that I need. And as output, I just need up to 10 sentences describing all these details. Okay, I'm just copying it and I'm clicking on Add Enrichment in Clay. I'm clicking on AI, Use AI, And basically, Clay gives you an option to generate these prompts inside of Clay. But to tell the truth, I prefer my way, and I go to configure and I just add my custom prompt ChatGPT just generated. I delete all the unnecessary instructions here. Also, obviously, I need to paste inputs like website. Sorry, it's a domain and person LinkedIn. Okay, and we need to make sure that the use case is web research because we do web scraping here, and the model. Let's talk about the models quickly. So you have more expensive models, you have less expensive models. One of the most affordable ChatGPT models is 4o Mini. So Clay already shows you how many credits will it take. You may also configure your API here. So if we choose 4o Mini, you can whether use your own API keys, so you will not spend any Clay credits, or you just spend Clay credits, right? So it's completely up to you. We find that for us, specifically with the Clay plan that we have, it's just cheaper using our own GPT OpenAI API key. So, okay, let's see what kind of research it will do. Okay, here we go. Chapters Agency specializes in B2B lead generation, focusing on outbound strategies. Okay, Cebulski services. Okay, so it has extracted some info, but I would be curious to see how other models will actually perform. So let's switch to ChatGPT 5 instead of 4o Mini. Okay, here we go. It took probably 20-30 seconds to generate, but as you can see, the response is pretty detailed, and as far as I see, it's pretty accurate, right? So conclusion is that definitely the more expensive or the more like higher AI model you use, the better the outcome is. So everything depends on your budget. Okay, so we have analyzed and researched the company. So typically what I like to do in between researching and actually personalizing the content is actually scoring prospects. Because typically when you extract data from Apollo is pretty good when it comes to classifying industries and all of the stuff, you know, but you might have some very specific criteria when it comes to your ICP. In this case, you can come up with a prompt here where you can provide the criteria, what type of companies you're looking for, what kind of triggers or signals you are looking for. And you will be able actually to score prospects and from 1 to 10, let's say, and actually pick those prospects that meet your criteria. But in this video, I won't specifically focus on researching and personalizing the content. Let's build the next prompt, and the next prompt will be actually the personalization based on the research we just run. So I'm getting back to ChatGPT tab here, and I will just dictate what to do. So hey, I need you to build a new prompt, and this prompt will be about writing email. So that's a copywriting prompt. It's not research, it's copywriting prompt. And I need you to use the template that I will provide, but ChatGPT and Clay will need to personalize the snippets and those snippets should be dynamic, but the structure of the email should stay the same. The inputs that I will provide will be the first name, the company name, and the company analysis. Based on that, I need you to adapt this email. Make sure to normalize the company name, delete any LTD, Inc., and so on. And yeah, make sure the personalization sits well, sounds natural, and also add tags. By tags, what I mean is HTML tags that I will just type here. And the ChatGPT will actually understand this because my ChatGPT knows the context already, but your ChatGPT actually might not have this context, so maybe you should add more information. here's the email structure that I want to provide ChatGPT with. So the email structure is first name. So now I have all the snippets, and okay, that's my template. And look, guys, why I providing this template? I could tell ChatGPT just come up with a great cold email, right? So the more specific you are with AI and the more specific your communication with AI is, the better your outcome. So when you use more expensive models and you just say, get creative, just providing some basic instructions, what kind of output you expect, the output could be pretty good if you use, for example, ChatGPT 5, right? But if you use cheaper models and more narrow models like ChatGPT 4o Mini, this could not work as good. This will sound clearly as AI, right? So in this case, providing a specific template and just asking ChatGPT to personalize just these snippets is much better idea. And that's basically also the reason why I do that, because I have very specific idea about the content and I want to use it and to adapt it to each prospect, right? So I just need to personalize this specific fields. And that's what I do. Let's update the prompt. Okay, here we go. And we add enrichment. Once again, adding AI, clicking on configure and deleting all the instructions here. Okay. And let's just provide the first name, the company name, and analysis from the previous prompt. Really important thing, make sure you change use case from web research to create or modify. Let's use maybe four all minis, so it's very cheap. We'll use our Clay credits and let's run it. In the meantime, guys, obviously this video is pretty much improvised, but I'm sharing some practical knowledge with you and some basics working with prompting in Clay. So here's our email, Boyka Chapters Agency case studies with Amaze Media Labs and audience lift that 4 or 5x increase in leads, conversations, blah, blah, blah. Also notice you've recently moved into launching your YouTube channel, great timing. Okay, so, I mean, it's not bad, but maybe let's try a different model. Also, guys, I really love using Claude. Actually, Claude works pretty well when it comes to writing the content. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Boyka Chapters Agency case studies, blah, blah, blah. Also notice you recently launched your YouTube channel, great timing. I work with B2B companies to create. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with this template. And that's, guys, how we run a research and personalize the content in Clay. And I tell you, this basic steps, this basic, activity here and all these manipulations are not super advanced, but they can really boost your cold email efforts. You need to learn how to use AI in order to make your outreach really relevant and personalized. All right, guys, I hope it was useful. If you have any questions or if you want to see more content like this, please comment, like, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that, and I wish you a great day.